We've all seen it. The hatred, the ugliness, the crying, and the downright disgracefulness. That is fanboyism. You may be wondering, how can I help these misguided manginas? Well, we're proud to announce that through supporting your local F&P and through F&P merchandise purchases, an undisclosed percentage of the proceeds will help fund the castration and spading of these feral beasts. But you must hurry, because left unchecked, the situation will only worsen. So please, help us in raising awareness on this unprecedented and increasingly annoying, ignorant, and childish behavior by visiting the link below, before it's too late.
Well, good evening, and what's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday night. It's 8 o'clock, and it's that time again. So, let's get to it, and I don't think Leo's actually here quite yet, is he?
I don't think so.
That guy, man.
Yeah, I don't think Leo's here yet.
Some people's kids, man.
Yeah. Adam, I don't know what's going on, dude. It was fine yesterday. I was on a podcast. I start this one up, and the microphone's acting stupid. But it's too late to change it. So, we'll start with our guest. He hasn't been with us in a while. What is up, Nick, and what have you been up to, dude?
Oh, nothing too much. Just, not being on Twitter and generally having a great time, honestly. Less time I spend on social media, the happier I am. So, but always happy to be, talking with you guys and just, pissing the shit back and forth.
And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. Centurion, what's going on, dude?
Oh, not much, man. Just Wednesday, time to talk gaming, have some fun, and kick it with some of the most hilarious guys in the gaming community, in my opinion. But yes, it's also that time to point out all the fun drama that has taken place on social media, hence why Mr. Downey here avoids it. Nobody ever really sits there and says, you know what, I'm going to go on social media looking for a good time. Generally it's just like, I'm going to go on social media. I'm pissed off. I'm going to see if I'm screwing with somebody.
That's a true statement.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway, so how's Piniac doing?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you for asking and passing it up to the top right-hand part of the screen.
That's right.
Yeah, Wednesday night. Let's go. It's ramping up this week, eh? We can all feel it. We can feel it. Tomorrow's it's gonna be fun, one way or the other.
How about the Mavs, baby?
Fuck off.
Wait, what did you just say?
I said, well, how about them abs?
Oh.
I'm not even mad.
Yeah,
I played them every way. So
yeah,
next year. But
next year.
Yeah, I'm not playing anything right now. Just this weekend was super busy. This week's been busy, and I'm here right now. So let's go, Bomber. What's up?
Man, everything's up, man. Just good old time with fellas right here, and then got the awesome chat, and got a little bit of news. little bit of drama too, a little bit of people pissing and whining and moaning and complaining and wishing in one hand and shitting in the other and finding out which one's filling up first. So it's quite great.
So it's business as usual then.
It's business as usual.
Pretty much,
It's a regular Wednesday, man. Other than just having a ton of storms coming through, we have some that are coming through tonight. So if I happen to get kicked out, that could be why. But
actually, don't feel bad. We can do too.
yeah, it's fixing to wrap up. Maybe, I don't know. It's sprinkling right now, but hey, while I'm here, we're gonna have fun. That's all it's all about.
It's raining here.
Leo.
Sorry
It's
about that.
110 here.
110. It was 96 with like 150% humidity.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
110 today, and the heat advisory does not start until tomorrow.
Oh,
You don't get
Damn.
heat advisories until I think like around 112, 115.
yeah, that's some bullshit.
Oh,
That's
fuck
some
that.
heat. That's some heat.
It's a
So,
drop.
Leo,
Leo. I
Yeah,
guess
sorry
we'll-
about that. My nephew
you're good.
decided to call me and he wouldn't, get off. It's like, dude, I kind of have to do something.
so what you been up to, Leo?
Working. I've been playing a few games here and there. I tried out that, what is it called? Turnip Commits Tax Evasion. I recommend anyone try it.
Really?
It's hilarious. Like, it's just,
Oh.
it's like, you've committed
Tax
tax evasion. Rip it up or just hit, I understand. I ripped it up.
I understand. What is that?
I actually think I've seen that on the store.
It's in Game Pass. And
Oh, it
then,
is. That's
Oh,
like-
you
there's
said the G word.
And there's a bounty. Freaking, like, bounty posters of you, like, wanted for tax evasion. You can rip those up, too.
That is hilarious.
And there's this one part where, like, you use a canteen for water to grow a sword, and then you can go and help this blueberry get rid of this tenant that won't give him rent money, and you kill him. He's like, "Why'd you kill Jimmy?"
Is it like
Wow.
an actual blueberry?
Yeah. The character you play is a turnip, and then like every character is
Yeah.
like,
Okay, yeah. all right.
So it's a better
There's
bug
more
snacks,
fruit.
is what you're saying.
oh yeah, way better,
Okay.
very
Okay.
entertaining so far. And it's only like 300 and some megabytes, so I mean, it's not taking up your storage too much.
So
Then
what you're saying is it's like bug snacks, but with landlord violence.
Yes,
I love it.
And
Yeah,
Nick's
sounds
sitting
great.
back going, wait a minute, that sounds really familiar to me right now.
Yeah.
this is really bringing about right now.
Like I've
Oh,
killed
Let me
that's
just
so
go
many
install this
slugs in
right
that game.
quick.
It's a lot like Zelda, like the old Super Nintendo one, like the way
Okay.
it plays, like how you go up and down and like transition between different maps.
Ooh, nice.
Huh.
And then
Oh, cool.
the only other new game I've been trying out is the new Fire Emblem Three Hopes, but I haven't got that far into it because I just started it like an hour ago, and then I had the phone call and.
I get it.
That's
I
on the
get it.
Switch, by the way, Wilmy. I know you don't know the words, but
Yeah.
how
No,
you guys
Switch for me.
doing?
No switch for me.
Nice to
getting
see
ready
Nerd
to
Nick
do
on
that.
here.
Flame, what is up, dude? And thank you for $2 super chat. Dropping a tip because I see one of my Lognet brothers.
I just want to use this public time to say that Flame has absolutely terrible opinions, but I appreciate the shout out and we love you.
Oh, Lord.
And to Perk, who's been a member for 14 months. I am here to deal with it. Haha, let's go. Well, we're trying to go, sir.
Oh, yeah.
One day.
And sorry
One day.
about the audio. We didn't realize it was weird until we already were getting started.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
So I've adjusted everything, and there's just nothing wanting to change it for some odd
Please
reason.
stop yelling at people. It's changing your voice.
Actually,
Maybe.
he hasn't told anybody, but he actually built and moved into the Technodrome.
Oh yeah, I can switch it to my AirPods, and you don't
I
want to
get
know what
that
that sounds like.
Yeah, that was
I doubt
That was
Wilmy
worse.
does, but I
That
get
was
that
worse.
reference.
All right, and me, I've still been playing Sniper Elite and Evil Dead. The Quarry comes out on Friday, though. So
That's been
I've already got that
good
installed.
reviews.
Yeah, reviewing
Yeah.
very well.
They have a really
Very
good
well.
reviews on IGN for it.
I consider 81 for a movie horror game to be a very well-reviewed game.
Who did
Yeah, because
Corey?
typically you would think
Supermassive.
60s, 70s.
It's the
Yeah.
spiritual successor to Until Dawn.
And that's why I want to play it.
Me too, but I don't
See,
know
I
if
never
I want to
played
play it
Until
for
Dawn.
$90 plus tax.
Until
Yeah.
Dawn was actually really fun.
Was it? Okay.
It's,
I
I
may-
think it's on
what the
PlayStation
fuck?
Because it's
Plus
on, I
for
know it's
free.
on the PS Plus collection, so I may,
Yeah, it is.
I may try it out.
If you were going
Yeah,
to
you
try
definitely
one
gotta
or
try
the
that.
other, what would you suggest to play first? Man of Medan, or however you want to pronounce it, or Until Dawn?
Until Dawn.
Yeah,
Okay.
Until Dawn.
Yeah, I didn't even play Man of Medan, and I'd still say Until Dawn.
Yeah,
It's good. It's really good.
That's funny.
it really
That
is.
is pretty funny.
I
It
played
really
Man of
is.
Medan for like an hour, so I'm not gonna say I didn't play it.
Man, Nintendo.
I like the last couple they put out.
I always do. I do want to get around to them because I really like those type of games, but it's just, yeah, you only have so many goddamn hours in a week.
Like, is it like, do you
That's
actually
true.
play it, or do you like watch them do everything and you just like hit A or B?
Well, you move them around
yeah.
and
Oh, okay,
pick decisions and stuff like that. But
So,
the quarry
Is it
actually
kind of
has-
like Heavy Rain kind of
Yeah,
type?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all. Okay. That
Except my
works.
wife and I, we play them together and we see how many people we can kill off.
That's actually kind of cool.
The quarry
Yeah.
has an actual movie mode where you can literally just sit there and watch it. And
Really?
you can configure settings in between, so like everyone lives, everyone dies, and you can tell, or you can set people how they want to react. Do they want to be skeptical or do they want to be a dickhead?
What?
You know, stuff like that. So
Okay,
I think
that's
that'd be really
cool.
cool. Like,
Yeah, that is
Especially-
really cool.
especially for people who don't want to like watch you play a game. You can just
Yeah, for sure.
watch it happen.
Man, I've
Yeah.
been waiting hours for this stupid thing to go through on the Nintendo store, and now it's like, whoops, the info you're looking for can't be found. Fuck you, Nintendo.
Wait a minute, you were talking about Nintendo praising it a minute ago, Leo.
Try to get that damn Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
That's what happened.
No,
Talk about
This-
Nintendo, man.
this
You
show
talk about
plays with my
Nintendo,
emotions.
good
I get
and
so
bad.
confused. No,
I finally put up the Wii up here. You know, it needed a little home.
you put your what? Where?
Yeah, that's what I do
I-
sometimes. I put
I
my white
actually-
Wii up there.
I actually almost
Okay.
got a Wii today.
You got the Fat
Wii U.
3 up there. Is that a Slim 360 and then a
It is.
PS4
It is.
and then a Wii? Oh,
Actually, that looks like-
job.
That looks like the PlayStation 3 I got today.
The fat one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got
that
a
one.
PS3 today too. I forgot about that.
I hear you.
Yep.
Now I just
Enjoy
have to get
the,
games for it.
just enjoy the 24-hour store update when you boot that thing up for the first time. The
Yeah.
update
Oh,
on the
I bet.
PS, when you plug it in, you're like, oh, I can't wait to play these games. It's just like,
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
it's because, dude, the
Took
network
15
connection to that,
minutes, something like that.
Yeah, so
And you
stupid.
start on Monday and you get to play on Friday.
And then it told me it was like under maintenance. I was like, what the fuck? And then I went back in and it's like, okay.
By chance, are you able to like download the update onto a thumb drive and thumb drive it into the
Oh, I already
PS3?
updated everything.
Oh.
It said that if I wanted to update through the internet or a thumb drive, so I'm guessing you can somewhere. It's probably out the.
Well, I mean, you can try to stick your
website.
thumb in there. It's probably not going to see it.
I don't know. Those PS3s actually had a lot of ports when they first came out.
Sure did.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, the place I got the PS3 at didn't have any of the games I wanted, so I've been going through eBay and that.
Which was weird because Pornhub wasn't even a thing back then.
Pornhub.
Dude, my PS3 actually has an SD slot in it for the old SD chips, like from your digital cameras.
Oh, yeah.
You must have had one of the launch ones, too. with,
Yeah,
like,
you have the
four
launch-
slots.
I do.
Yeah.
You have the one that
I
everybody wants.
rescued that thing from being thrown in a dumpster, and the only thing wrong with it was the guy couldn't find the cables.
Damn.
That's nice.
Wow.
Wow.
That's something. Mine's,
He does realize he
unfortunately,
could
mine's
have
not the launch
replaced
one.
them, right?
Dude, I was like, hey, I'll take it. I actually took it home, cleaned it up, put it on my entertainment center. I have still yet to buy cables for it, but I was like, I can just buy cables and a controller for it, no problem. Please don't throw that away.
Oh, I forgot to say, I got the 165 gig model, whichever one that is.
Hell yeah, that's the
160. That's the one I
that's-
had. That was my
yeah,
first.
that's what I
PS3.
have. Is a 160.
Has like
That
an
shit
auto
was
expansion
expensive.
for the disc.
I actually bought mine.
Yeah.
I was like playing online poker back when PS3 just came out. So eventually I had a bunch of money. I was just like,
Yeah.
fuck
Every
it, I'm gonna
game
buy
I've-
PS3.
Every game I
Withdraw.
looked at in the PlayStation Store, you had to have disc for. I was like, what the fuck? It's like Resistance, Fallen Man. You need a disc. What the fuck? Then why is it on
Yeah.
the store?
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
That's why they want you to subscribe to PS Plus, Pro Plus, Platinum, whatever, so you can download.
I don't
and
want to stream
stream
Metal
your
Gear
game.
Solid 4. I tried that already. It didn't work out.
Get better internet, damn it. That's what it is.
How about you suck dick?
Actually, no. Sometimes some of those streaming games don't stream very well.
Okay, get a second job, okay?
Make sure
And I
you're
mean-
better.
You need a third
Yeah.
job?
Or a
No,
third job.
no.
You know,
Your
you
bullshit
get
is
multiple
enough.
jobs,
Second job I got.
and your Sony stuff will work when you have multiple jobs.
Well, we did tell
Actually, my
Sony to get better
PS5 is looking
servers.
pretty pimp right now with the new covers,
Oh, I bet, dude.
Ooh,
I
I
bet
bet.
that'd be sweet.
Those
with the
red covers.
controller too. It's mwah.
You need to take pictures and send them. I need to see it.
What color is the red?
Told me not to
technically
send
called?
pictures anymore after the last few I sent you.
Well, I mean, that was a surprise. Okay, now I'm okay.
Well, all right. Let's
Let's talk
do
about
this. All right, Bomber. I'm gonna let you guys start this one off because this microphone's driving me nuts.
No, you're good. Which one are we going off of?
Just pick anything and run with it.
All right. Well, since we didn't get to cover it last week because it happened right after, I think, right? If I'm doing
Yep, right after the
math
podcast.
right. So I guess we can talk about the wonderful, which most people would say. Some people that are like me didn't really care for it because of certain games, but Sony did have their state of play, and a lot of people were happy about it. So I guess we'll just start around the room. Leo, your thoughts on
Street Fighter
and I'll
6!
I knew it.
I don't give a fuck. Street Fighter 6. That's all I needed to hear. The only bad thing was it's not till next year, March. God damn it.
There's more footage coming tomorrow, though. I
The
think.
cool thing is it's on
I
all
won't see it
systems,
until
right?
Friday if it's at Summerfest because I'll be asleep
Gotcha.
when that goes. Because isn't it like 6 o'clock tomorrow or some shit?
It's 3:00 my time, so that's 2 Eastern.
Oh, then I can watch it. Sweet.
Holy shit.
I'm used to those shows being like late my time, so.
Yeah, it usually is, but I think they kind of start somewhat early now because it lasts so long.
Oh, well, it's the Xbox one that's going to be like 6 p.m. my time, 7 p.m., something like that. And I think it falls on a Thursday or
No, it's
something. like
Xbox
that.
is Sunday,
Sunday,
Okay, yeah, I still.
and I
won't
think
be able to
it's,
watch it
but I
'cause
think
work
it's like,
in the morning.
2 in
Okay.
the afternoon, isn't
I
it?
think it's, yeah,
One,
it's
three,
early.
One.
It's early. Yeah, it's early Sunday, so you should be good. I think, but I could be wrong.
Akuma's being put
Bomber.
in. Yes. Oh, sorry, I was reading the thing.
No, go ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
wa- no,
Whoever
well,
wants to
you
jump in.
did, no, you said you wanted to know if it was on all consoles. There is
Yes.
something really strange. It says PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, and Steam. It makes no mention of the Xbox One.
I find that funny. I really do. Like, it's funny that they are literally excluding that box. They're like, you know what? No, F that box.
Well, if you really think about it,
Boxes.
it probably shows how that sometimes these contracts can be ironclad, and I'm pretty sure Sony probably had it worded in there that they cannot put Street Fighter 6 on the Xbox One, and somebody forgot to probably include the fine print about next generation consoles. And guess what? Hey, it's not on the Xbox One, but you didn't say nothing about the Xbox Series XS. And through game streaming, we're just going to be able to probably more than likely shoehorn it onto the old console anyways. So there's a workaround with that. I just think it's really interesting that, if you really look at, like, read in between the lines, it looks like Sony tried to make this exclusive and it did not work out.
The funny
Or
thing is,
Capcom
you
just said,
watch the
"Fuck that
trailer.
VCR." I'm touching that shit.
If you watch
To be
that
honest-
trailer they showed
Fuck
off,
outta
you
here.
can actually see where
The
it goes
trailer-
to gameplay from the PS4.
Oh, yeah.
I know that freaking when I first watched the trailer, I was like, what the hell? Is this an open world game? No.
Well, see, that's what I thought too, because the way that they were showing it, it was like open world Street Fighter. I was like, okay, I guess.
I did feel good about
Huge
all the
help.
news people reporting about it because they'd list the fighters and I caught 2 they didn't.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Because don't they only show 12 currently as a roster? I know that's not
Oh, I
concrete yet, but
I saw the trailer and that's it. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
looked up any leaks or anything like that. But like from just that trailer, I saw 2 new characters, but no one talked about them for some reason. Like the one you don't see until the very end when they're in the battle hub and it's on the screen.
I
It
didn't
like
even pay
flashes
attention.
real quick.
You caught it though. I know you caught it.
I'm gonna be playing
Well-
the fuck out of that game.
Anything other than Street Fighter 6 do you care for, Leo, or is that it?
What else did they show? I can't remember.
A lot of horror games,
Lots of
Resident
Resident
Evil.
Oh,
Everything
Resident
from
Evil.
Capcom.
Like the other remakes are really good, but I mean, it's okay, I guess. I mean, I'll play it, but it's not something I'm excited about really
Gotcha.
because I mean, I've already played 4 through and through like multiple times. So,
Okay, what
I
about
guess
Stray?
huh?
What about Stray being a cat
I don't really care.
in a cyberpunk world, man?
I got a cat in the house. I don't need to play a game for a cat.
Okay. All right, Nick, how about you? What would you think about?
I just told you, man.
Well, I know, Leo. Damn it, Leo. I know your name's Nick. Stop it.
You know I'm gonna be doing it all
All
night.
right, Mr. Downey. Fine, here, I'll do that.
Well, I'm a bit of a VR nut now because I got an Oculus Quest 2 a little while ago, and some of those PlayStation VR games, I'm kind of all in on that. Resident Evil Village in VR, there's part of me that's excited to have a tall vampire lady stomp on my throat, and then there's another part of me that's terrified of a certain house with dolls in it. So, like, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, if you're a horror fan, that was probably a really great state of play for you. And if you're not a horror fan, that probably wasn't a great state of play for you.
Oh, they showed Callisto too. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Callisto,
Callisto, Resident Evil. It was kind of like an
It was like a horror film.
As
like,
soon
it was
as
a
I saw Street Fighter,
horror
everything else
state-
is
state of
blanked
play.
out. I was just like Street Fighter.
Yeah, but that's it. That's it for me. Like VR stuff's
Okay.
really cool. The horror stuff's okay. Like I need to see more of that stuff. Like it's cool that we're gonna get a horror game in December because getting a horror game around Christmas time is gonna be wild. But
For sure.
other than that, I have no love for Street Fighter. Street Fighter is the only game where I will break a controller in half. That game makes me so unimaginably angry because
You
I'm
sound like
so
Sonic.
terrible at
That's
it.
fighters for me in general, anyway. So I'm bad. I'm
Hey,
bad.
you
Like,
had
I get
fun
so
when we
mad.
played.
Well,
Mortal
I had
Kombat
fun with
11.
you. Look, playing with you is different. But playing on, trying to play people online. Like that's why I quit playing Killer Instinct a long time ago because all I did was try playing people online and
Oh, I even got Bobber to play Soul Calibur.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun actually. But yeah,
He whooped my ass with Ivy.
well, that was fun. All right, Sant, what about you, man?
Well, pretty much. I think Nicholas Downey said it best. I mean, that thing was a horror gamer's dream right there. A lot of great content coming out for horror-based games. VR looks like it's actually starting to get some headway. The games are starting to become a little bit more technical. There's a little bit more to them. We got to see the first party studio game that they were touting. Everybody thought it was the one that they all wanted to see, but we got the Horizon Zero Dawn VR game. I've said this on every show. I think it's very interesting that everybody thinks it's absolutely amazing to see VR, the floating hands thing. But if we rewind time to about 2013, apparently having a couple blades of grass missing and a game running at 900p completely removes you from the experience. So apparently a pair of floating hands, it does not do anything. I chuckled at the floating hand thing. It completely made me laugh when I saw the hands climbing the ladder, swinging the tools and everything. And it's like, okay, well, VR is at least eventually getting there. Maybe we'll eventually have some arms on them too. But no, I got excited for Callisto Protocol. I'm finally I have my own reservations about that game. I really do believe that developer deserves a good shot at releasing a game. I don't believe they need to be drowned out by other games that have a much heavier pedigree behind them. We saw EA already try to stamp out the developers from Visceral Games over, I forget the name of the developer now, but a lot of the developers doing the Callisto Protocol are from Visceral Games. They did Dead Space. EA tried to basically snuff them out by hey, we're doing the Dead Space remake, and as soon as Callisto Protocol was revealed, here came EA right behind them, dropping the Dead Space remake teaser trailer. So there was all the wind out of those sails. And now I'm just saying, at least with the whole thing between God of War Ragnarok, Callisto Protocol, both being in Q4, it's just something I don't agree with, because like I don't care what anybody says. Like like I'm an Xbox guy and I would buy God of War before Callisto Protocol. If times are tough, people don't have a whole lot of money, gas prices are completely insane. Some people are going to have to make that choice this holiday season if that situation comes to fruition. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Callisto Protocol. I mean, watching that character try to sneak around that dead body, and then all of a sudden the eye opens up and it pretty much like catches you off guard. There's going to be a lot of jump scares in that game. And one thing that excites me the most is now we're starting to see what I said on TXR is, with all these horror games, we're actually starting to see the evolution of the gaming industry taking stage more in horror gaming than anything, because the games are gritty. They're very gruesome. There's a lot of liquid effects, blood effects, jump scares, just all sorts of creative stuff that's really, in my opinion, making the horror games almost seem unique now, because they now have unique mechanics and stuff you don't see in most games. And it has me excited to be a gamer, because now that we're gonna start seeing some of these developers play these games and get their own ideas and start seeing stuff kind of filter in other games. And we could probably rattle off about this all day.
No, for sure. I mean, like you said, with all the
Totally.
things you're bringing in, I think like the sound. I think horror games with sound, I think that they've kind of topped off, what really makes the horror genre, I guess, really scary are the sounds.
I'm noticing a big thing with all of a sudden a lot of developers are wanting to create a gun that's somehow a symbiote, a living, breathing, or like Scorn. So now we're basically, we see all these games that talk about a weapon that is basically like a living, breathing organism. And so it's like, all right, who's going to release this game first? Do we got Scorn? Do we get this game? Who's going to release the creature gun first?
No shit, right?
Scorn just looks weird. Whatever. I just think Scorn's just a freaky looking game. Like, it's not even like, it doesn't even look scary. It just looks
terrible.
Like,
but it might be by the time it releases. Who knows?
True. I mean, we don't know when it's coming out yet. So
October, isn't it?
I mean, that's the last time it said. So we'll see.
Scorn is one of those games where you're just like, it's had a couple Kickstarters, and then it was supposed to have a release, and then some anonymous donor gave them a large chunk of money to combine both games, and we were just
Bill
like,
Gates.
wow. Well, I think it's interesting that when they said that an anonymous source gave them money, all of a sudden Scorn shows up at the Microsoft E3 stage like that year. So I'm like, I wonder who gave him money.
Yeah, somebody gave money. True. All right, Penny, what would you think? I know you're kind of like on me. Like, well, you're kind of like, the whole like horror, like, But
like,
what'd you think? Is there anything that, Final Fantasy, anything like that kind of fancy?
I didn't have much of an interest in Final Fantasy 16, to be honest. I didn't know anything about it really, aside from it's a Final Fantasy and it's number 16. But that trailer looked pretty cool for me.
Yeah.
I don't play fighting games, but Street Fighter would be my go-to if I ever did. So
I think Final Fantasy has a Street Fighter type fighting game in it. Aeon fighting game. That's what it looked like.
Oh yeah,
It did.
What are they called? Idols in this one?
Oh, do they? There'll always be Aeons to me. So
yeah, I know. That's what they should be called. Like, screw the icons. Like, no, it's Aeons.
like
Come on.
no matter if they change HP to something, it's always going to be HP. Mana is mana.
Yep.
But all the horror stuff, that's not for me.
Yeah,
it is me.
I love horror movies, but there's just when you give me the reins and say go in that door, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm not going in that door. I know what's behind there. I'm not going in there. It's bullshit.
Absolutely.
Quit uninstall.
And I go in running.
Press right trigger to open door.
Yeah, no. Left trigger. It's not working.
Hey,
man.
wait a minute.
It's
Isn't that like Wilmy's real life job? You got to go in that door.
Yeah, that's a
Kinda,
I don't know
yeah.
what's in there, but
Yeah, kind of.
But yeah, no, the VR, I'm interested in that. Mostly price point because I mean it's going to be $400 US at least. And
I mean that's going to be the kicker. I think overall is like, the games look cool and all, but how much is this thing that I'm going to have to pay for?
But I mean, I don't know. Like maybe they'll just come in cutthroat and maybe like make it an impulse buy. Like,
Dude, if
I
they
don't
make
know.
it $199, let's
Oh,
go.
yeah, I'll just buy that with a blinking. So whatever.
Shoot, you ain't gonna find one like a PS5.
They throw
It'll be gone.
They throw Call of the Mountain in as a bundled game to start you off.
Dude,
it's like, jeez. Like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
And the thing with VR like trailers and stuff is the flat one doesn't do them any justice. Anyone who's ever used VR, I mean, it's not even close to looking or feeling what it's going to look like. Like the floating hand thing, you don't even notice that when you have the headset on.
No, because
start playing and stuff.
Oh
Because
no,
your mind-
I know.
because your mind plays tricks on you.
I'll put it out there. I've been in the helmet. I've played the PSVR. I know somebody who had it. I know when you're watching on the screen,
looks
you have a
bad
much
on a
much
flat
bigger
trailer,
field of
right?
view than
Yeah.
when you're in the helmet.
Yeah, sure.
But no, I actually think it's really cool that we're actually starting to see the hands, because on the PSVR, I remember the spaceship game, and you look around and your hands are like anchored to the controls, like they do not move.
Yeah, they don't move. Yeah.
There was a few like the London Heist and Blood and Truth where you could like actually look at your hands because you're holding guns and stuff and you're picking them up and shooting. But yeah, that'll be cool to see where that goes. PC people are getting a treat with Spider-Man out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think anyone expected that. I mean,
I think some people were thinking it'll eventually come, but
not the next one.
Not for remastered plus Miles coming at the same time, which definitely makes sense for PC. I mean, I definitely feel like I think of it. I mean, we all see the writing on the wall. PlayStation, Sony has bought multiple studios to work on PC games, and this is what they're going to do. They're going to start porting their games a lot faster. Not like they've been 2-3 years later. No, it's going to be way sooner.
To put it out there, the pandemic accelerated that whole process.
For sure.
Due to the lack of consoles being on the market, you have to turn your aim somewhere. You have to be able to balance out your projections and be able to still create money. And right now it's like, all right, well, the only option we have is to accelerate our PC plans, because that's like a mainline source of revenue. We don't got to build consoles to get there. We have the developers in place. It's honestly an easy move for Sony, and at this point a necessary move because of the lack of consoles available.
And I mean, Spider-Man's run its course. Like, let's be honest. Like, you can pick that up. You can pick that up for $10 every other month on a sale. And Miles, I think they look at, okay, anytime we drop 1 million PS5s, Miles Morales is the second best selling game that month. So it's going to sell on that regardless. But now you throw PC in the mix, and it's just a brand new revenue stream.
Well, Spider-Man sells, but can we also not say that maybe Disney had a little bit of a, hey, it's been X amount of time, we're leaving
movie rights or the video game rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah, Sony does.
Sony, but let's just
Sony doesn't have the video game rights.
So everybody always goes back and forth on this.
It's just movie
Sony, and no matter what, Sony and Disney share Spider-Man. Like Sony can do whatever they want with Spider-Man, but the train thing in New York City, Sony did not pay to wrap a train on the subway. That was Disney. That's why I'm saying Disney has a way of marketing very aggressively, and that's where having Disney in you as your friend to help market Spider-Man benefits the hell out of Sony.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it benefits everybody. I mean, like, especially when KOTOR 2 comes out, or whatever the hell it's called, whatever the new KOTOR that's coming on PlayStation first.
The remake?
Yeah, the remake. That's it, the remake. Yeah, that's going to be stupid. Like, yeah.
I didn't even play the first one, so
I mean, me neither, but I already know. I just know, just by hearing the people that went goo gaga over it, just by seeing the dude on screen, and that was all it was. But
that KOTOR remake, though, was it here that we had that discussion, or somewhere else, about how I'm a little trepidatious on the remake, because the original KOTOR was created under George Lucas with LucasArts. He was a little bit more open, and KOTOR was a very sinister game. We saw the Wookiees enslaved on Kashyyyk. You got very deep into the Sith lore, and to understand Sith lore, it's not, hey, we're making you the rank of Sith Lord, come join your friends, like it was over on the Jedi. In their world, you slaughter your master to go from apprentice to master.
Syphilis isn't good for anybody, dude.
Right. But it's just, that's where
just ask Fork.
Well, I'm worried that Disney is going to PG the hell out of KOTOR. That's what I'm worried.
Yeah, I hope not, man. Because that would be sad. That would be sad to see any game. I mean, that's what, especially nowadays. Like, look, I mean, if you get your panties in the wall, get your panties in the wall. Rockstar ain't gonna like, Well, I say that I should back out because I think the last time we did talk about that, they took stuff out of the new remastered whatever for the.
Yeah, they took a strip club or something out of it.
Yeah, they took I guess the
They
drag queens or whatever out of there.
They took the drag queens.
Yeah,
out
freaking
of,
stupid. Like, sorry, they exist. Like, those people exist. Like, come on.
I actually liked it from the perspective of, because it was supposed to represent a Las Vegas style drag queen kind of show. And they actually had some people make comments on it, and they're actually saying going to see the drag queen shows in Las Vegas is part of that culture. It's actually part of the Las Vegas lifestyle, and that they don't understand exactly how it was, offensive, because they're like in the proper setting. That's how it works in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, because the thing is, everything offends somebody.
That's so true.
It can be two people that get offended by something, and they're going to be extremely vocal. So Take-Two just decided to cover all bases, I guess.
And that's what kind of scares me of everybody wanting, number 6, of freaking Grand Theft Auto. It's like, do you? Like, are they going to be so limited to what they can put on there? Is it going to be as graphic or as mature as you think it should be? Like, what if it's all of a sudden like Saints Row, like the new Saints Row? It's not as, I guess, mature. It's, it still looks like, I will say the new Saints Row looks good, but you could definitely tell it's like Fortnite look, and then
But didn't they come out and say they flat out said that they cleaned it up.
Yeah, they're not going to go that as dirty. I'm like, well, that kind of
sucks. Purple solo melee weapons. As
well.
They basically said they couldn't do it in this day and age.
Yeah, which I'm like, yeah, you can. Like, you can't tell me that you can't do controversial crap in your video games. Yes, you can. People are still going to buy. I promise you, if FromSoft made a game with a whole bunch of dildos and you killed big monsters, it would still sell like crazy.
Oh my god!
Am I not right? Am I not right? Like,
and on that thought, Bomber, how did you feel about the state of play?
I mean, hold on here. Let's circle back.
Yeah,
to
can we
like
talk about what a
legendary
would look
weapon?
like?
Any Elden Ring weapon can be a dildo if you're brave enough.
See, that's
exactly.
What I'm saying. Like a big freaking pole. All of a sudden, it's a dildo with studded barbed wire on it.
Fire giants and stabbing range.
Yeah, like instead of a 3-headed dragon, it's a 3-headed dildo.
So what would be the drop rate on some of this equipment?
Now you're blending it with Cyberpunk.
Exactly. Then you blend it all together. See, that's another thing. Cyberpunk did not. I mean, they kind of shied away. Like, they said a lot of things, but you couldn't do a lot of things. But still a great game.
New TV show coming out this September for Cyberpunk.
I know. I'm ready. Hopefully,
I'll play that eventually.
But see, TV shows is different. TV shows, they can get away with it because they can put it on HBO or wherever that allows Netflix now. You can put it on a mature rating and still there's going to be millions of people that are going to watch it. It's kind of like Game of Thrones. It got raunchy. It was raunchy. Everybody still, millions of people watched it. So it's like, that
I wasn't one of them.
That doesn't bother people when it comes to shows. But video games, apparently, whatever. But but my thoughts of the state of play, it was all right. I mean, I'm not a horror fan, so
Your probably biggest thing from that was the update to Forbidden West.
honestly, probably the biggest thing was, Forbidden West. That was a huge update. That's going to be great.
Freaking awesome.
I think the VR stuff does kind of get me intrigued, but again, kind of like what Peniac said, is like price point of a PSVR 2. How much is that going to be? Am I going to be able to afford it? Probably not. If it's $500-$600, I'm like, no, it's not. Those games definitely don't. I'm not going to sit in front. I use my daughter's Quest 2 here and there to play like Beat Saber, but if I play anything else, I get like a little woozy. So Beat Saber is the only thing I can like play for like hours, but once I take off the headset, like everything's moving and it's just messed up.
kind of like jumping on a trampoline, but with your head.
Dude, yes, 100%. So like, and the other thing, like, granted, like for me, like I have a small space with my PlayStation and my monitor right here in front of me. So like the whole cable thing, like everybody's worried about, I'm not worried about that. That doesn't bother me. But I can understand the whole, because since I know we don't have it in here, but I think the Quest 2 has sold like 14.8 million units since its release of last year, which is or December of last year or December of 2020. No, December of 2020. Sorry. Basically, same time frame as the Series X, and it's sold quite a bit. So I can see where there's a lot of people that want a wireless hookup, and then you're going back a little bit with not having one. But granted, it's supposed to be, I guess state of the art or whatever their current state of the art VR headset can be at a certain cost. So we'll see. I mean, I'm intrigued. Like I said, the Horizons thing looks kind of cool, but again, they didn't really show much other than you riding in a freaking canoe. So, and then like climbing up a ladder. Like I wanted to see a little bit more of the bow and arrow and like hitting somebody with like the staff. Like I want to see more of that, because that's the part that would be more intriguing of being Aloy and using the different bows and arrows, the different freaking weapons. But yeah, other than that, I mean, Callisto, I don't care for. Resident Evil, I don't care for.
Oh, like
it's a horror stuff. No, it's horror stuff. You know me. I played Resident Evil 7 because it wasn't really horror. It's like vampires and werewolves.
I'm not playing that either.
But I could not play Resident Evil, the one before it. That shit. Yes. No. Dude, I told you. I went to that first house you walk in. Like, no. The sounds, no. And then you're telling me there's a VR version? The hell no.
Oh, it was interesting. It was interesting in VR, dude.
I'm pretty sure I would shit and piss my pants if I was playing in VR. There ain't no way. Like I would. No.
I don't know why everybody gets so scared at horror games, man. I have weirder and scarier interactions walking out my front door in real life.
No shit. Watch the news.
Well, video games is okay. So it's kind of like Penny X says, like you have the choice, but you really don't have the choice. You're doing the action, but you only have one action. You have to go through that room, or you can't go through the game. Like it's not like, oh, your choices matter, or you don't have to go through there. You can go somewhere else, and then what? No, you have to go through there. So you have to go down this dark hallway. You can't see your hand, and you're like, no, like I'm not doing that. Like, and I think with like Biohazard, it was more creepy because it was more realistic, because it was like they're just regular people versus freaking 8 Village, which is like vampires. And I was like, oh, whatever, I could play vampire game. This ain't nothing. So like it didn't scare me. Like it wasn't anything that ever scared me. But that other stuff that's like somewhat realistic, going through a house that's kind of abandoned and no.
Did you just do that this afternoon?
Well, I did do that this afternoon. However, it was a little light outside, I could see.
Wait a minute, I have a question. Did he just say that the people in Resident Evil 7 were normal? Who are you hanging out with?
He lives in Alabama, dude.
He's not far from there.
Yeah. I mean, literally that house I saw a couple of days ago. But no,
dude,
like,
I wouldn't even feel
I'm
safe
just talking about they're
standing
like
on a piece of open property with one of those.
Kind of like regular humans, they were humanist. I mean, they were humans. Whereas this is vampires and freaking werewolves. Like,
they weren't exactly human.
I know, but
if you played the game, you realize they weren't really human.
I killed that old man. I don't know how many damn times, and like a human being, he just kept getting up.
I mean, Demonstress and her daughters looked human for a long, long time in the game.
But as soon as you saw them, they're vampires.
Saw kids are like, I'm good.
Well, you see them, you're like, oh, it's a vampire. Like,
crush me, big mommy vampy.
But that's the difference. Like, it's kind of like a big werewolf guy.
VR, I'll tell you that.
Just like a big old werewolf guy. I was like, okay, that's not scary. Yeah, okay, he whooped my ass, but whatever. He's just a big old burly thing. Like, it not scary. That's what I mean. Like, it wasn't scary enough for me to be like, like Resident Evil.
So fictional characters for you aren't scary, but real people are.
Real people actually do freak me out more. Absolutely. Like you put me in a.
Okay.
It's kind of like watching.
This is why the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is such a classic, because it's it's not monsters, it's not ghosts, it's
crazy
real
guy wanting to kill
crazy ass people.
For sure. Like Freddy wasn't scary because it was just Freddy.
And the fact that it was based on Ed Gein.
Yeah, I was gonna say based on
which is a real guy. I know.
Yeah.
So, but the big thing, like, there was something I was gonna say. Shit.
Leatherface is fun in Mortal Kombat. Just saying.
But yeah, like real people bought. Like, it's kind of like the game that Ninja Theory is working on. That like everybody like is just
Maria or
wondering
some
what it.
shit.
Yeah, like
I know too.
Project
I could
Mara.
give two shits about
yeah,
that.
Project Mara. Yeah,
They showed an
Project-
apartment. Ooh.
Project Mara. Well, it's supposed to be some type of like.
Well, it's
like
the fact that they've gone
kinda
in with
scary.
an actual laser LiDAR machine, and they have normally you see LiDAR radar technology used in mapping the rainforests and under the ocean and all other stuff in like geographic stuff of the earth. They've gone in and LiDAR'd an entire apartment. We're talking like smaller than an inch. That's why they can do the kind of detail that they're doing. That's why they're wanting to focus an entire experience on one apartment. I'm thinking this is going to be like Paranormal Activity.
Yeah,
That would screw
I will
with
not.
you.
I will
I mean, it
not
would screw
watch.
with
I will
me.
not play that game. Promise you. I'll let Wilby play it. I'll watch Wilby play it because he'll be laughing and making these little jokes throughout the whole thing, which is fine. I'll watch him play it. But by God, there ain't no way if it's something to do with like ghosts.
As long as there's not matches, right, Wilmy?
Yeah.
or
Chris,
cutting
thank you
somebody's
for,
face off.
thanks for the $2 super chat. Battle of the Beards, Bomber versus Nicholas.
Bring
Nick's
it,
got
Bomber.
The Knicks
They
definitely
look very similar, and they're both wearing black shirts, so it's kind of hard to tell.
got it. I know. I noticed that earlier. I was like, can't really tell.
The American version, the Canadian version.
And Leo's
awesome.
wearing a black shirt too.
Yeah,
God
You
damn
can't
it,
really
get the
see his.
cameras. Turn them off.
But anyway, that's enough of me ranting and raving shit. Somebody else chime in. How about you, Wilby? What did you think about the state of play? I know you probably.
I haven't even had a chance to watch it yet.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay. Well, there's a lot of horror, so I think you'll be very excited.
Yeah, I have not even had a chance to sit down and try to watch it yet.
Okay. Well, you had Resident
So-
Evil 4 remake
Yeah, I knew
that
that
was
one.
announced, and
That
then you
won't
got
come out till next
Callisto,
year.
of course. Yeah, I think they're all next year stuff. The Callisto
yeah.
game.
So December.
Is it December? That's right. That's right. It is this year.
December, yeah. And a lot of people don't realize PlayStation actually paid to have exclusive content with Callisto Protocol.
Yep.
Cool.
Marketing rights and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think they have the collector's edition and all that. It's all
Well, apparently there's a
Free.
season pass and there's exclusive cosmetic stuff for Callisto Protocol for the PlayStation version of the games.
why is there a season pass? This
I
ain't a
don't know.
multiplayer.
I
have
don't know.
no
dude.
idea on that.
Season
I'm-
pass?
I'm-
That usually
I'm
means
tired of
DLC
seeing-
At least
content.
according to PlayStation Lifestyles magazine, the headline and what I read, it said Callisto Protocol will have a season pass and exclusive PlayStation content.
Why is that
I'm
weird
so
to you,
sick of
Bomber?
season passes.
are
and
we-
everything.
Same.
Are we hitting the point where we're gonna have battle passes for horror games? Congrats, Bomber made it through a door. Here's a skin.
Yeah.
You know what? I may play it, but that's
Yeah.
The one
I
game
just-
Bomber will pay through the levels to
I
get
just
the
went to
battle
the
pass
store.
done.
And yeah, there is a season pass. Like what
season
the hell?
pass. That's
Yeah,
what-
that's what
okay.
I thought. I was crazy too.
Okay,
Maybe there's
so
DLC planned already, but like
but
what?
that can make sense. But why?
That's a weird
I don't
name
know.
for it.
I don't
It better
like the
be-
name.
it
season
better
pass
be-
because
Games come out
that
with
reminds me of
season
free to
pass.
If
play
they
games.
call
What's
it
so
an
weird about
expansion
it?
pass, that would be better. But
Because
I
like I'm
can't see
thinking
this
like
having a
Battle
season
Pass,
pass.
season
Borderlands
pass.
all had season passes.
It's a single.
It would have to be
game.
better than the season pass for Tina's Wonderland.
Oh, fuck that.
that shit,
Or,
dude, was such a fucking joke.
How about
That was a
the
waste of
season
money,
pass for Fallout 4? You didn't
Oh,
really
Jesus.
see your first expansion until after
Hey,
like
fuck
3
that.
or
That's true,
4
too.
I love
workshop
the DLC for
expansions.
Fallout 4.
How about the
No, I
Fallout
loved enjoyed
1
building, but it was
76
like-
subscription.
It was like the first 3 or 4 content drops for Fallout 4 were all for the building your own towns. You didn't get any
Automatron
expansion
was
to
the
the
first
story.
one.
Very true, Centurion. I forgot all about that
Automatron
one,
was the
dude.
First one. And that was where you fight the robots in the Mecha Master.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but some
And
of them
it did have a type of building, but you built your own robot companions.
well,
but
you could have your
They
own
didn't get
robot
really
pack.
into the building until the 3rd and 4th one,
Mhm.
because that's when they added like the trophies that you can make out of like the different animals and stuff.
So
And then
maybe
the last one before
Here you go. So what you get when you buy the deluxe edition, you get the contraband packs and exclusive skin pack for it. You get
Ooh.
a season's pass, and it says that grants you access to story DLCs 48 hours before the official release. So
Huh.
it is an
It's early
expansion pass.
access.
It's an early
So
access.
early
So they're
prequel
Ubisoft
to the
it.
game.
Yeah, so you get DLC. So what it does is it gets you the DLC for the game, but it gives you 48 hours early access to all the DLC to the game. So if it comes
But-
out on a Friday, you get it on the Wednesday.
Calling that a season
Yay.
pass is stupid.
That's a
That's
Call it an
stupid.
expansion
Exactly.
pass or something.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that's or just call. I don't know what. Just call it just a deluxe. I don't know. Like
Call it
That's
a
all
season
what it
pass.
is. It's a money
DLC,
grab.
sure.
100%. Like for to say a season pass seems stupid because that seems like okay, this is a season pass means there's more to come. Like I buy this, I should get more than just this one, right?
Mm.
I mean,
Hey,
I would have to agree. We've been conditioned on season passes
Yeah.
by Fortnite and other
Call of
multiplayer
Duty.
games.
I mean, all
Those
these
aren't season passes. Those are battle passes.
No, well, there is a season.
They're all
well,
battle passes. The Fortnite
No, Call of
ones,
Duty
the
used to have a
Warzone
season.
ones.
No, Call of Duty used to have a season pass, which had all
Maps.
your DLC maps. Yes, now
I don't see
Yeah.
why
they
you guys
don't
can't
do
wrap
that
your
anymore.
head around this. Like
I
all games have had season passes.
I am
Weird
done.
name for it.
I under no circumstance I am to the point now with so many games having DLC plan rollouts that are just terrible afterwards. There is
Yep.
no world where I'm buying them in advance. I will wait till all your DLC is out so that I know I get my
Oh,
money's
sure.
worth.
100%.
Because I
Exactly.
can't remember what game. Oh, Watch Dogs Legion. I bought the season's pass for
Oh.
that.
I
And
did
I got
too.
I got one like minor expansion and some like basically what should have been free add-ons. I'm like, oh, that was worth it. Thanks, Ubisoft.
Yeah, they
There's
should
Yeah.
just
only-
do those characters in the store and been done with it.
Because wasn't
Like,
it the
that's all
only
it
thing
was.
they did was add what's his face, Eldon or whatever his name is?
Yeah, and it was very
Aiden.
short.
Hey,
And basically,
Aiden,
it was all
that's it.
just characters that you could use, like
Yeah.
the assassin chick, and
Yeah, it's so stupid.
was there a third one? Oh, the guy from Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, Aiden.
No, that's Watch Dogs 1. Watch Dogs 2 is the
Oh.
guy with the
With the
LED
pool
mask.
Oh, I
the
know
pool
the guy
ball.
you're talking about.
Oh,
He's from Watch Dogs 2.
The
Strokes.
only game I've ever heard anybody ever rave about the season pass, no matter who you talk to, and that's The Witcher 3. Like they said that,
well,
like
that was
dude,
almost
they
a
said
whole new game.
that was like a whole new
each
game having
expansion.
those.
Well, see, to me, those were more expansions than really like a season pass.
But
Like,
they were called
see,
the Season Pass.
No, true,
Were
it
they?
was a season pass when you
Yes,
first
they were
came out. You
all
bought
called
the
a
season.
Season
Yes,
Pass.
yes. Like
That's why I
I'm
don't
with
understand
Leo.
why you guys are confused.
I'm with Leo there. Yes, I guess to the point now, like you said, like battle passes is definitely one thing that is definitely towards all the multiplayer games now. Now, of course, Call of Duty did do their brief season pass with their maps, which was kind of weird and stupid, but people bought those. But
I got all of Infinite Warfare's.
I googled Witcher 3 season pass, and the only thing I'm getting back is Witcher 3 expansion pass.
we'll see. Well, I wonder if they renamed it now. I don't know. I know. Either way, I just know that
Just
like
call it an expansion pass.
well,
Season pass
from
just implies
Like,
multiplayer from my
PC
point of view.
coming from PC, like from like World of Warcraft having expansions, that's kind of how I feel with like The Witcher. That was a true expansion. It was a huge, lot of hour world that was added to this game as DLC. Awesome, cool.
Another
But,
good
like-
season pass was Borderlands 2. They had
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had
DLC
a
now.
ton of DLC in there, right? Like, you
No,
can
they
buy
only
the-
had the 4 story DLCs, and the rest of it was just extra crap, like just cosmetic
yeah, but
bullshit
four
that you could buy.
DLCs, that's huge to me.
Yeah.
I think.
That's also where
Scarlet's
the
Bounty,
original Tiny Tina was from.
Tiny Tina's Dragon Keep.
Yep.
I got
see, to me,
conditioned to season pass by Rainbow Six Siege. I got basically buying your
Yeah.
operators, the seasons,
Yeah,
all the different ones. That's where I got conditioned to season passes being associated with multiplayer.
bullshit. Fighter games are that way now. I'm gonna bring out a fighting game. It only has 10 fighters. Where our original games came out with 20, but you're only gonna get 10, and now you have to pay $25 for every
And you can tell he
bundle.
doesn't know a damn thing about fighting games. It wasn't just
they're
10
all like
fighters.
They're all like that. Freaking Killer Instinct was the same way. You had like
Killer Instinct was built
12
around
fight-
that. You started with 4 fighters, and then you had to buy every
right,
single
and
one.
then you got Mortal Kombat. Came out with like not even 12,
30.
maybe 14.
Here's
When
a
it
joke
first came
about
out-
Killer Instinct.
Mortal Kombat 11?
Yeah,
Yeah. And they
Was it
only
30?
added 2, 4, 6 characters.
I swear they added more.
They added way more with Mortal
Or is
Kombat
it 10?
X because they brought them
Yes.
out like
Never mind. 10. Yeah, X was the worst.
Didn't Killer Instinct get started as a stand-up arcade cabinet before it got put on console?
Yes.
So I'm just
original.
saying, how did we go from the minute you put your 50 cents in, you had access to the entire damn game? Could you imagine putting in your quarters, getting to the character selection, and picking your guy and it asks for more quarters?
Like if you want Cinder, we need 3 more quarters. Oh shit.
The worst one that did it was DOA. If you get like the free version, because you only get like 2 characters.
Yeah, it's that DOA. Like they give you like a demo, like you get like 4 characters to play. It's like, all right, buy more, $40. And you get 3.
That has the worst microtransactions of any
with
fighting game
with the original game,
because they have literal thousands of DLCs for that fucking game.
I will say, I'm surprised Diablo Immortal didn't go that way. Like, pay $15 for a different hero.
If you want
like,
good loot, you gotta pay.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Bomber, quit giving them ideas over at Blizzard for more microtransactions. They thought they already threw the book at it.
Well, they even microtransactions at this point. Like, you gotta pay a lot apparently if you want.
Well,
apparently you gotta take out a mortgage to play that game.
Well, I've played it. I bought the battle pass for it because I was like, why not? I'm gonna play it a lot.
See, you're the problem, Bomber.
Well, I bought the battle pass. I didn't buy all the 99-cent shit that they keep having on there. Like literally, every time you turn, there's a 99-cent thing. 99-cent, $4.99, $2.99. There's a ton of it, and it's all the stuff you need
directly to the store.
No, for sure, 100%. And I agree to anybody that's like, you know, it's all about it's 100% about it because I mean, I think I'm a 44 level barbarian on there, and like I said, I've only bought the battle pass. That's it. Yeah, I haven't been able to play it the last few days because every time I try to play it on my phone, it won't let me connect to the server. But if I get on my computer, it works.
And you were talking about how seamless it was.
Well, it was. It literally was seamless. And then all of a sudden, now I can't.
Everybody went out and got a mortgage and started playing it.
Or something like something.
No, they got their tax refund.
He keeps skipping over the micro. He keeps skipping.
Now.
Yeah, I was gonna say he keeps skipping over the microtransaction for a more optimized experience.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, to max out your character in that game, it's like 6 figures. Someone figured it out.
It was like $110,000.
Okay, maxing out a character. Okay, and that's there's an issue with that. I personally believe I think that's a false number. I think somebody's just making up shit anyway. Because my thing is you can't just level up by paying. You can't. You have to play the game, which you're going to get drops, and then you're still going to be able to kill things. So like, I don't get why they're like you have to have 110 grand to get max level.
So
max,
I watched a video on the guy that did the math on it.
But to get some of
your crafting materials, some of the crafting materials have a 1 in 2,000 chance of dropping. They actually did have to declare their drop rates because it is actually considered gambling. So they actually, when you do have stuff like that, they have to declare their drop rates. I forget where. I could send you the video I watched where he discussed them. But yeah, some of like your higher end, like the stuff that you make your legendary equipment out of, like have a 1 in 2,000 drop rate. And that's where they're like, and you're supposed to craft 70 of these things for one piece of gear, and you're supposed to have 70 of these items that have a 1 in 2,000 drop rate. Like, I would never hang out in that casino.
No shit.
Well, now I definitely get the whole drop rate thing for sure, but like, and I guess that's where they're getting it from. It's like, look, I don't want to play the game and I want to get max level, so either I put a lot of time in, which is what a grinding game is, especially if it's free to play. You knew that was going to happen anyway. But I get it. Like, I love Diablo, I definitely do, but I'd rather play Diablo 4 for sure, as long as they keep microtransactions and live auction house out of that game. Because that's what ruined Diablo 3 was a live auction house, and they couldn't get it back to where it should have been. But hopefully 4, they won't do that, and they won't touch any of this microtransaction bullshit. But
yeah, we'll see.
Maybe this will die off, and it won't even be a topic in 2 weeks.
I'm hoping so, but I mean, I'm still playing it because I do enjoy the game because it's way different than Diablo 3. So I do enjoy it, but there's definitely
I play it for fun. Like I
that's
my
what I'm
PC,
doing.
and I just I have no intention of going, max level rate. I'm just playing it to play it. I've been
And
having fun.
that's kind of how I'm doing right now, and I will not buy another battle pass for sure because for one, because this is what's crazy is it's per character, and I don't mean you have to buy it per character. What I mean is when you sign into another character, you're starting back at level 1 in the battle pass. So you're not. It's not just you have multiple characters and your battle pass just stays up high. No, it resets every character you create.
I do
So that
find
sucks. Do what?
I find it. Oh, I was just gonna say I find it hilarious. We both pick barbarian for our first class.
Oh, absolutely. Barbarian is freaking the beast. That's always been my number one.
Barbarian horde.
Absolutely.
Speaking
Anyway.
of barbaric,
Yes, go.
I didn't do it.
I saw this a couple of days ago, and I think we actually had a big conversation about this on the podcast a couple of months ago. The truth finally came to light. There is no, and they said no, meaningful evidence that PlayStation 5's Abandoned has ever existed in any shape, form, or fashion. Uninspiring leaks and chat rooms full of fans where the game's developer has done nothing but misled all the audience. There's never any proof that this game ever even fucking existed.
I love it.
Was this an article or is this a tweet? Forgive me.
This is an article from GameStop.
Yep.
Well, GameSpot. There were several
GameSpot.
different.
Oh, wow.
Several different journalists have jumped on this story. We actually said this last year.
Mm-hmm.
That the dude, I mean, we even had it on screen. Every game they've ever claimed they've made has never shown up. None of them. And they were actually sued by another publisher a few years ago for the same shit they did with Abandoned. So, I mean, I don't know why
But
this
they had
was
that
even
groundbreaking demo. I mean,
that never
and
it was actually broken, yeah.
Oh, it's broken. Sorry, we can't play. You can't play it right now. What?
But yeah, there is no evidence that this game has ever existed anywhere, shape, form, or fashion.
It never has. That dude's been lying out his teeth from day one, and all these people are like, "Oh, he's doing the next Silent Hill." I'm sorry.
Hideo Kojima's across from him right now, holding the camera.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yes, everybody's like, "Oh, he's in cahoots with Kojima." I'm like, "Yeah, okay. Kojima is not that dumb." Sorry, guys, but like, look, he may be out cuckoo, but he ain't cuckoo for Cocoa Post right now. Like, he is not touching this abandoned bullshit. Yeah. It's all a lie.
That's all we should probably dedicate to that.
Oh, dude, it's
oh my god,
freaking hilarious.
But yeah, he told people that he needed money to actually start the game.
How about not to be that guy, but that's actually a classic example of the tribalism that goes on in gaming, on how, because of how the community works and how people jump on something in any second. Like, literally, that guy took advantage of how the community worked. And that's where we should actually be a little bit more of a cohesive community and not as toxic sometimes. And maybe dudes like that would not be able to come up in here and take full advantage of a chaotic situation.
Yeah. I mean, Sefo says the game did exist, though, inside the head of Sony's rabid fan base. Yeah. I mean, I know a couple of people that were saying, this was this huge game. This is going to be groundbreaking, and yeah, it was groundbreaking. Okay, yeah.
It's so wild that I remember the first week this came out. I pulled up the article because I wanted to get my dates right. On June 17th of 2021, I wrote an article that said Blue Box Games is not making Silent Hill or working with Hideo Kojima, and the reason is because under all this, they said, "Oh, we're working on Abandoned because we passed off our other game that we were working on PC to a different company." They're like, "We sold it to Create Q," and when I looked up Create Q, they're not even they exist, but they're not a games development company. There are procedures and electronical products that make outlets and display installations It's for smart houses.
Car loves this. Look at him.
Damn.
They literally said, hey, we're not going to finish developing our game because this new one's so great. We gave it to a company that makes smart switches.
They have some guy in the back on an Unreal Engine 5 developer kit just soloing a game.
Yeah,
He's
so
like, wait a minute, I'll just turn on the kitchen light.
this is my favorite thing. So they actually originally on the Steam store page linked it to Create Q's LinkedIn profile. So when I click through that, this is the bit that got me. Create Q's product examples are attractive LED lighting control systems for retail displays, retail and exhibition display electronics, retail display monitor systems, car multimedia, as well as home automation, vending machine controllers, and monitoring water disinfection systems. And they're like,
See this guy over here?
This game is so good it can clean your water for you.
Actually, I think these guys are helping out Ninja Theory and Project Mara, man. They've got the lighting solutions for the apartment all figured out.
Oh my god!
Oh Jesus!
That's hilarious.
I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people don't understand a lot of game development, but when someone says the budget for my game, we have 6 people working on the game in our studio, and we've subcontracted out 3 other studios, and our budget's $20,000. I do not need to explain to you that's not at all how money works. You try to salary 6 people on 20 grand. Let me know how that works out for you.
No shit. That's when you don't have a game. And you have some pissed off employees wanting money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris makes a valid point, because I remember 3-Bit, another community member out there, and he was talking about, because he's a developer as well, and he's been trying to develop this game called Abandon as well, and he's been like, dude, we have this name trademark, like I think he has like all the, I guess, copyright, whatever you need for a name or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so how are you getting over on this, especially on a Sony platform? You would think Sony would already be like, no, that's already exists. You got to change the name, man. And especially,
no shit.
To me, of course, I don't know legalities, so somebody out there like Hogue Law or somebody else out there can look more into that. But like, I just find it funny because, Chris definitely makes 100% point, because I remember that, because he's like, dude, my game's named Abandoned. I'm like, well, this is quite interesting. Either he stole your shit or this dude's blowing smoke.
See,
I'm sorry, when I saw his little stupid video of him like look like he was in a like held captive, and like he's doing like he's like, please save me kind of thing. Like, come on, dude. I'm sorry.
Send money now. They need me to build a game.
Yeah. Like I do not understand where people were like, this is the bit. This is the guy who's gonna get done. I think this brings to light the problem that a lot of people realize, is that when people were like, oh well, PlayStation's funding the game because it's on the PS blog post, and someone came out, no, you could just pay for PlayStation blog posts. You don't actually have to be sponsored by them. So maybe, just maybe, and maybe this goes for Xbox too, if this ever happens to them. Maybe we should do a little bit of filter checking on what we put on the blog before we post it, because
especially like an official blog.
I highly doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, they won't touch it. But God, it's just hilarious, that dude, especially like, because that dude looked like he had like a gun to his head when he was in there going, I'm sorry that the trailer, like, that's my thing. He first initially launched it as a trailer. It was a trailer. That's all it was. We are launching a trailer that you can watch on your PlayStation.
And you had to download an app.
You download an app. Oh wait, it doesn't work.
It was like 5 seconds.
What?
Oh wait, actually, I got to see the guy walking across the floor.
Well, at least you got to see
5
that.
second teaser.
Little did anyone know it was a crypto mining app, and all your PS5s were used for crypto mining while you use the application.
How awesome would that be? He's like sitting there making millions right now off of your PlayStation.
The guy just honestly had trust fund baby that falls upwards energy for me. I just ignored him.
Yeah, it was a weird situation to begin with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should abandon this time. Oh man.
Hey, but going off of Kojima,
Well, everybody has to have
Yep.
everybody has to have their scalebound incident.
Dude, that's worse than Scalebound. At least Scalebound was real and just got
I don't
kicked
know
out.
about that scalebound.
Hey, there was gameplay. There was gameplay.
Well,
and
there
a
is
lot
gameplay,
of it versus.
but the sad part is
Right.
there's also total evidence that Platinum Games was building everybody else's game other than
Well, for
Microsoft's,
sure.
and then it was
But at
like,
least-
hey, where's our game? Oh shit!
At least there was something. The Abandoned had nothing, so I'll give Platinum a little bit. At least they built something to at least be
At
funny.
least Scalebound was abandoned. How about that?
Yeah, that it was.
That was
Oh.
abandoned. Oh my god!
Yeah.
That was
Good point,
funny.
Dread.
Actually, that just worked. Dread, thank
I'm
you.
clapping on that one.
That actually worked. And Dread, my microphone is not off, dude.
It's just
It's just
Wilmy sounds
yeah,
fine. I don't know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
we
can
can
hear
hear you.
No,
yeah.
I-
See, because the
I'm just
weird part
saying-
is I changed out my microphones.
No, he's saying it
It's
just
a-
sounds off.
It's a software issue because it's telling me that 3 different things are using the microphone right now. So
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
so I'm not going to reboot
stereo.
my computer. So
No. That's why I sent it off on the private message
Oh.
to be
I
like,
thought you
yo,
meant it was actually off.
No. I meant it sounded off. Like it's like
Yeah, it's
like a different
was
mic
fine
is picking
yesterday.
you up.
It's a known issue.
it's weird.
That's what I get for being late. But at least I had a good intro.
It's true.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
gonna make a
Perfect.
T-shirt out of that.
Yeah, no kidding. At least Scalebound was abandoned.
And
Oh, my God.
and speaking of things that should be abandoned, Kojima is making a new horror game, and it's dubbed as Overdose. And I'm a firm believer this dude needs to give up video games, start making movies.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I
I mean,
agree.
he's even admitted it himself. He wants to get into the movie biz.
I thought you
Because
liked
I'm-
DT.
I do, and I'm a horror fanatic, and there's no good movies coming out, so maybe he should make a couple of movies. Because all the movies that are coming out now are just fucking terrible.
Maybe he's talking to
So-
the movie people and they're like, "Oh fuck no."
I mean,
That's
the
probably
guy should have
true.
enough
They're like,
money.
no, he
We'll get
was.
Jeff Keighley can back his ass.
Well,
That's
you look
true.
at,
There you
what's his face? Darryl. What the hell's his name? But you
Oh,
all know.
God.
Norman Reedus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Norman
that's it.
Reedus. I mean,
Norman
so he's,
Venus.
he's got connections with the movie biz anyway, so it's not just one person. There's a lot of people.
I mean, he's got Norman, and he's tight
Del
with Guillermo
Toro.
del Toro, and
Right.
like he's a horror dude, big time.
I'm looking
so-
forward to that new Del Toro series on Netflix.
Yeah, me too.
And I will say this: I almost feel like, even though I know a lot of people enjoyed, what was that, Death Stranding, and I enjoyed the first 8 hours I got to play of it. Other than that, I never got to play it again. But I think it could have been an amazing movie or even TV show. Like, it could have been something that a lot of
It would have
people
made a
could-
great series, yeah.
Yeah, like, it could have been an amazing series because, like, you could have done so much with it. You have your main actor that everybody's going to connect with, so it just works. And so, I don't know. I mean, I know the game did well, and they made a freaking director's cut, even though he was the director of the game. So I don't know what cutting it. But hey, whatever.
Yeah, I imagine that a lot of the Amazon drivers do not like FedEx Simulator.
Yeah.
It was like the music was phenomenal in that game. I will say that.
Yeah.
Like,
When you
you
crest
can't-
over a hill and that
Dude.
music kicks in. Yeah.
Dude, as soon as you start I'm sorry, like, okay, even the credits are like the opening credits are still rolling. And you're like, okay, you're getting me into this game already just by the music. Okay, let's go. And I think that's what helped a ton. And then the story was decent, good enough to keep you attached. The gameplay, it's a hit or miss for me, but it was still kind of cool. I mean, it was different. That was what I did like about it. Is that it was different than all the shit that was coming out, which was all the same first-person shooters, all the same puzzle games. Like, it was all the same shit. And then
You know
this
what
was
I
just
liked about it?
different. What's that?
The fact that the day I went to go play it, it didn't need a big old fucking patch to make it playable.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
That's also
I like
true.
the motorcycle in it too. That was really fun.
Yeah.
And I normally don't like vehicles in games.
Yeah, the thing about Death Stranding, like I played the prologue through, And I showed my wife like a couple of trailers, and she's like, "What the hell is this game even about?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
I'm going in.
But I played the prologue, and like you said, there was a part where the black hands are on the wall, and he's scared shitless, and then Fragile's there, and the music pans out with the camera, and it's really cool and cinematic. And it's what, like an hour prologue, 45 minutes, something like that.
Oh yeah,
I
it's long.
paused it, started the game over, and I was like, "You have to come watch this." And I played it again immediately with my wife. She watched it. She's like, "Well, yeah, that's something." Like, yes,
I
it
would
is.
watch a Death Stranding movie. That would be badass.
If it was like a 12 episode HBO series, it'd be
Dude,
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it would be fire.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, it would be.
If they could make a series of it, it would be great.
Because I think, and just like you said, Will, I mean, like he has said it time and time again. Shoot, most of the stuff he shares, I don't know if anybody actually looks at it. He doesn't share video game stuff hardly at all. It's all movies and books, movies and books. That's what it's what he talks about. He doesn't talk about games, so it's
He needs to make movies.
I think he makes games just because people expect him because of Metal Gear Solid. I think that's literally the only reason. Like, I
Probably
swear,
where he makes his money.
yeah, and right. I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. It's just like, I mean, now this overdose supposedly is a woman protagonist, at least by the leaks or whatever. Which, granted,
same actress that played Mama in Stranding. So he's familiar with her.
He's familiar with her, so this kind of goes hand in hand.
Reedus in a wig.
I will watch. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, Frizzle's got an idea. Let Netflix give him a deal,
dude.
Because I mean, Netflix makes some good shit, and then it makes some really terrible shit too.
Yes.
So
they have to make terrible with the good.
I have
just like
hopes for Sandman.
Look, Netflix is just like Game Pass. You're gonna have shitty ass shit, but you're gonna have some good stuff too.
That Sandman.
Except
trailer.
Netflix costs a lot more.
I mean,
yeah,
it does.
No, it does. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I pay almost $30 a month for Netflix now.
Good God.
What?
You have two accounts?
I've got the biggest plan because every one of my fucking kids is on it.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then I get.
Well, you gotta watch out now. You said it on air, and you're sharing your shit. You shouldn't be sharing it. Even though you have 5 logins, which I think is
costs
stupid.
$24.
Hell, dude! I think my kids got like 27 different fucking logins.
Well, no. What I mean is, like, you can access it from 5 devices. I'm like, come on.
I get it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like there's porn on there where they need to like hide who they are. This is my normal account. This is my Feel Naughty account.
Because
this is my incognito account, man.
Every time one of my kids goes out of town, I get an email. Such and such, your Netflix account was logged into from Orlando, Florida.
You send them a text. I know where you are.
I know where you are.
Yeah, it's weird. Like over the weekend, that actually happened. My daughter, they went out of town, and I got an email like 10 o'clock at night. Your Netflix account was logged into from Durham, North Carolina. I was like, okay.
So you've heard that Netflix is potentially looking into buying Roku?
I can care less.
Well, I'm just saying that would completely like they're now wanting to get into like devices. That's where I'm a little confused on that.
Netflix needs to stop that.
So
like,
a Roku TV.
Netflix needs to pump the brakes a little bit. Like, come on, man. Like, you're already on every device. Like,
no
literally.
shit.
Netflix is
you're good. You're accessible. It's just you are expensive. I'm sorry. Your 4K streaming with 2 devices connected to it is $18 a month. You gotta chill. Like, I'm sorry, you gotta chill a little bit. That's why people are not subscribing to you anymore. You're expensive.
You heard it here first. Netflix is getting into TCL 8K.
Hey, TCL knows about the PS6 and the Series X2.
Yeah, I remember that. Just don't tell King David that.
Hey, King, if you're, I know you're not watching, but I'll still yell it out there. King, yes, TCL. TCL 100%. They've been the boss. You thought LG's the boss now. TCL's the boss, and they know more about the PS6 and this next Series X.
TCL XXX.
LG ain't got nothing on TCL.
If this Kojima horror game is real, I think it's going to be fucked up and awesome.
Oh, it's
Probably
gonna be
not.
best.
Yeah,
Probably
I
not
agree.
for me. Probably not for me because horror.
I'll be
exactly
playing it.
horror. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be kind of excited and interested to see what he can do with
Hell,
horror.
I
with
almost
a
picked
horror
up
game.
the Suffering to replay again.
Oh wow.
The Suffering was so good.
I know, right?
Because then they say it's a female. Of course, I know this is all a rumor shit, but it's like
Years.
female protagonist, and it could be played in first or third person.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean, to me, that's cool. Like, I almost feel like a lot of games need that option. Like, I think a
yes,
third
they do.
third
Yeah.
play, like third perspective, and then also first person perspective. I think those should be options on almost all games. Like
Because
Sniper
horror
Elite.
works really well in first person.
Like Sniper
Horror
Elite,
Yes,
is
it
quit
does.
making me
great.
have third person. It looks stupid.
Action games, I think third person are better.
I don't know. Like Sniper, I would have enjoyed Sniper Elite 5 more if it was first person.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think it feels weird when you're constantly having to go to first person shooting anyway. Why not just be first person?
I'm still
Moving
trying to figure
around.
out why Sniper Elite's 80 gigs. I
So,
don't see
Dude,
it.
I was wondering the same thing.
It's
Yeah, 'cause it's not that it's not that long of a game.
50
A lot
of
gigabytes
it's-
of Nazi testicles.
It doesn't look that.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of it's a whole bunch of nuts. Being
Did you
blown
play the
up.
last Sniper Elite? It doesn't look that updated. I
Yeah, I know. I think I played it when it.
swear they just
I don't know
reskinned
what
the
it was.
damn thing. Look,
A lot of people love it though.
I
Oh,
played
it's not
about,
bad.
It's more of the same. It's more of
I
the
played
same.
And
about
if you're-
90 minutes of it.
And matter of fact, if you're on my friends list and you've been killed by a sniper that's been invading your game, I do apologize.
I turned off invade because I was like, I don't want nobody screwing.
I
me.
I actually,
Palmer gets
And
sniped at
luckily-
the door and be like, "What the fuck, man?"
luckily, it doesn't show your name; it changes your name.
Oh, does it? Does it really?
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah, it
well,
doesn't
that's
tell who
bullshit.
you are.
So you
Yeah,
can't even
it's
creep
sick,
Just
real.
killed you. Damn it, Wilmy.
See, I'm not kidding. Like
Yeah.
that, I honestly think that would be cooler
I
to
think
know
you
who
would
killed
know-
you. Like,
yeah.
like if you're playing a game all of a sudden, Wilmy shot me. I'm like, you mother, get off my game.
I had some dude do. I think it was yesterday. I jumped into his game through that access rotate invasion, and he was spastic to begin with. He was all over the map, and I just walked right behind this dude, and walked right up behind him and just stabbed him right in the back of the neck. And then it asked you if you want to do a rematch.
What?
So I hit the button to do a rematch. He turned his shit off. He wouldn't let me.
Smart.
He wouldn't let me come back in.
Smart.
My favorite thing about that game is I got to review that game, so I had that game about a week and a half early. So I got to go around in invasion mode and hunt games journalists relentlessly.
Dude, yes. Oh my
And they
god.
did,
Okay, now that would be
and the
one.
best part was they didn't let us hide our gamer tags, so I could find the people that I was
No.
hunting
Are
down,
you
and I was
serious?
DMing people on
Did
Twitter.
you
I was
kill Jason?
No shit.
Like, me and my friend kept invading this one because the matchmaking was kind of screwy. It kind of put you against the same people repeatedly. I'm not sure if it was
Ah.
because small player base or whatever, but there was one dude from IGN that me and my friend were in rotation just killing in the first level.
Nice.
And I was
Poor
just like,
Dustin.
I'm sorry, but
I'm sorry,
This
but
is your
this is
life
hilarious.
now.
Yeah.
I just
That's
picture
awesome.
Downey going, "Who's the best game reviewer
Yep.
now, bitch?"
You can't get past level 1, bitch. I got you.
You know, if Jason Schreier was on there, he would never get a chance.
Oh,
to
he'd
take
block
two
you.
steps.
He'd make sure you were blocked.
Everybody
You'd be kicked off
playing that game would be going after his ass.
you load up the game. It's like you can't shoot your rifle because Jason Schreier blocked you. What?
Yep.
He said your
100%.
rifle was doing what? Oh God, what's the word? Your rifle's
Crunching.
crunching.
I'm crunching too much. You're
So
you're too
you
much.
need to give it a break. You fired
So,
40 shots out of that rifle today, so it needs a break now.
So based on a couple of things that we've seen on Twitter, I think Kojima's game's getting shown tomorrow.
I
I
think
don't
it
know.
could.
It's possible.
I will say this: Keeley has done, minus a few things here and there, has done a really good job at the very beginning of his, Summerfest thing. Usually, the first couple of days, it's pretty fire. Like you get some really cool games that are coming out. It's really cool, and honestly, he is. So everybody knows he's a big fan of Kojima, as if you didn't know.
Yeah,
But
in case anybody's not noticed.
I could see it maybe, unless it is too early. Heck, I don't know. Maybe it is too early for Overdose.
Well, I mean, the working name's been revealed,
That's true.
and there's a guy on Twitter, Tom Henderson.
Oh yeah, he's.
Who said he's been
October.
contacted by Kojima Productions to take down his post where he said that this is the new game.
Oh.
And he's like, nah. So he's like,
That's-
well, I wonder what that means.
Yep.
And
I think it's the same as people that did like Street Fighter 6 saying it's going to Xbox. They said nope, take that down.
and Kojima posted on Twitter that he needed to reset his clocks to Pacific time now, so the Game Awards
I still want that
Summer
big
Game Fest is in
Alex
LA.
But wait, I thought he was making the new Banjo Kazooie.
Conker's bad for
You wait, Bomber. You just brought this curse on us. You're gonna sit there and this girl's running. She's gonna hit the dirt down. She's gonna turn and it's gonna be Banjo.
Dude, you know
Oh my god.
how awesome would that be? A
It's gonna be
Kojima Banjo.
That's where the overdose
with
comes
a
in.
dead
The overdose
Kazooie in
turned
his
into Banjo.
backpack.
And he's not going to have any.
died 10 years ago.
He's not going to have any vocals. He's just going to.
I hope
No.
not.
It's
Dude,
gonna be
absolutely.
Banjo Kazooie played by Norman Reedus.
Oh my god.
No, Banjo's gonna be Reedus, and then Kazooie's gonna be freaking Del Toro.
Oh, dude. You
And
know
the witch
what?
we
I may
played
have
by
to play that
freaking,
game.
So where
That
does
could
Jeff
be-
Keighley fit in all this?
He's
Well,
the
see,
glue.
he's going to be smiling ear to ear as he's playing the trailer. That's all
He's
I can
just
say.
playing. He's playing the part of a bush.
He's blowing
He'll
into the
play
controller.
Mr. TV.
Well,
Remember, he
I
was so happy to blow in that controller, so he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Oh man! Now that just brings. How about that? How would you have a mature rated horror game, Banjo Kazooie? Huh?
We'll just bring back Conkers and meet him.
get the
I don't know. They're making a Winnie the Pooh horror movie, so
That, that is
shit.
also true. Man, that looks like
do
crap.
anything?
I'll find the
possible.
developers that
Honey
created
and blood.
Conker's Bad Fur Day and tell them do it to
Oh,
this
that's,
one.
that's also true.
I
Conker's
didn't even
Fur
let
Day.
my
Oh
sister
God.
know that was a thing because she
Oh.
loves Winnie Pooh. That's like her favorite property. I was like,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
not sharing this with her.
The worst
Viva
part is he
Pinata
doesn't
was
even
pretty
look like Winnie.
creepy.
Okay, for let's talk about tomorrow. Summer Game Fest tweet 1 minute ago. Tomorrow, world premiere, new looks at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Marvel's Midnight Suns, Callisto Protocol, Street Fighter 6, Gotham Knights, and new game announcements. So
Wait,
let's-
Midnight
let's
Suns is still
go.
coming out? Sweet.
Yeah. Well, supposedly they're doing at least maybe I read it wrong. It was a tweet that I saw. Again, I can't remember if it was a official tweet by them, but it was supposedly getting like reworked. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
Like I think because I know it was more because the Midnight Suns was more like that.
It's like XCOM.
Yeah, like XCOM.
They must have
and I
got a
think
lot of backlash on that gameplay they showed.
possibly, but I thought it looked.
Yeah, it
alright.
looked like
I mean,
an XCOM game to me. I mean,
it looked good, but I mean, hopefully
Summer,
they're not.
remember, it doesn't have cards.
Yes,
Like-
it has. It's like a card. You get cards, and that's how you do your certain moves or your abilities because you have like 3 cards to choose from. You can interchange them. I think. Supposedly, I could
Isn't
be
that
wrong.
kind of just like a weird kind of skill tree in a way?
I think I don't know. I only remember very little of it because I wasn't like super into it, but I thought it was kind of cool. It was a different, especially from what we're used to with current Marvel games, which is either be shitty like Avengers, be really good like Spider-Man, or be
Superman.
non-existent like Superman. So, or be probably the best game ever like Wolverine. Just saying.
Goddamn
Well,
right.
Boogie brings up a good point. Apparently, Pooh eats Eeyore in that horror movie, so basically, Pooh's eating ass, right?
Ah!
Well, hold up. So you're getting horror spin-offs because the copyright's over. That means the porn spin-offs are going to come too.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
God.
Oh my God! I didn't even
Pornhub's
think
gonna
about
have
that
so
part
much
of the
fun.
fact.
Christopher
Working
Robin's going to be
Piglet.
recast as Christina Robin.
And that's why right now Disney's fighting so hard to probably try to shut this shit down.
They're gonna be
They're
parking
like, look, how
pig-
much money
Well,
does it
Disney's
take?
Disney's the reason our copyright laws got changed
Yep,
because of Mickey.
100%. Yep.
Yep, and
he's
actually,
coming.
Disney,
He's coming up, ain't he?
Yep.
No.
Disney is very fucking evil in that
Oh, of
because
course.
they
I think Mickey has like another 20 years.
they extended
now.
that shit by decades.
I could have sworn Mickey only has like
Hell,
5 years left or something.
if it wasn't for Disney doing that, Spider-Man would have
2024.
been. Oh,
24 more?
Mickey Mouse becomes public domain as of 2024.
Oh, see?
oh wow!
Woo! That's gonna be. Oh, dude, you're gonna have a lot.
Well,
of
and the
horror
funny
films.
part, they got Mickey Mouse from a Buster Keaton film what, back in the 40s or 30s or some shit.
You
That's
30s,
true.
I
Remote
think.
Mickey.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it wasn't for Disney, Spider-Man would be in the private or open domain now.
It would be in the open domain too. Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff that would be in open domain.
Well, Disney did. I mean, as a business, I'll just go by as a business. Did the smartest thing they could possibly do with anything
yeah.
that they had attached
Oh,
to
yeah.
their name. So it makes sense, 100%. It's just I find it funny now that it could backfire on them a little bit, at least hurt their credibility with Mickey being their main head start. All of a sudden, he's going to be killing people or eating babies here soon. which
Then I
would be
might actually
quite
like
funny.
Disney a little better.
But-
And then
but-
there's
That
the
creepy
Mickey-
little laugh of his while he's doing it too.
oh,
Mickey-
dude, absolutely.
This is not Mickey Mouse. Porn parody.
Yeah,
I want to see him fuck up Donald because Donald gets on my nerves.
Oh, dude. Oh, you know he would, and he would
Hey,
be
screw
screaming.
Donald. He's a Nazi.
And Minnie's going to be like,
Minnie's gonna be
She
on
got
the damn
bad.
stripper pole.
Relax, Bomber.
God.
Relax with the mini fantasy.
Goofy's number one. Just saying.
is he a
Yeah,
Number
her-
one
her
for
and-
the stripper pole?
is he
or
is he a
whatever?
dog or is he a cow? The mystery remains.
I
Minnie and
really liked
Daisy.
Goof Troop as a kid. So.
Oh, dude, Goof Troop is amazing. Dude,
Minnie and Daisy though they'll be hookers on the corner somewhere.
for
Hell,
sure.
did you see
They're the
that?
next Grand Theft Auto.
Did you see the trailer for that Rescue Rangers movie? That looked depressing as fuck.
Oh, it was very depressing. Like I was like, I don't want to watch.
Haven't
it.
watched that yet. It hasn't gotten into the girls' rotation yet, so haven't seen it yet. Eventually, I'm sure. But yeah,
Seemed like
I
they
have no
turned
comment.
the pilot into a crackhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandson Mason's in that one show with the dogs.
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol,
Yes.
dude. Paw Patrol is the shiz. Minus, like, it's like like I'm trying to think of what it's a modern of. It's kind of like
There are way worse kid shows.
Oh, I know
for
there is.
sure.
There are way.
It's not
Baby
bad. Like,
Shark. Baby Shark is fucking evil, dude.
well, how about Blue? What's the new one?
That
Blue's
shit's
Clues?
weird too.
Not Blue's Clues, because
I know the one you're talking about, the Australian show, Blue.
yeah, Blue. Maybe it's just called Blue. Maybe that's
That's
Blue.
fucking weird.
Is
Dude,
that
that
the
is
one with the
so
bald
weird.
kid?
No, it's the one with the
No.
dog.
No, that's Caillou.
Oh, okay.
See, hey, he knows it.
Oh, the one with the dog's called Bluey, which
Yeah.
Bluey. That's it.
name
Yeah.
choice. man.
Name choice there. Come on, guys.
And Bluey is female, just so you know.
Oh, is she really?
Good.
Oh.
She's female,
Good.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Nowadays we got
yes, little brother.
Is that right?
and it's the mom and dad.
Oh, Sapu says food for thought. Winnie the Pooh isn't a Disney IP.
Not anymore.
I mean, I
Now,
thought it's public domain now.
it
Yes.
originally
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't. I think it was one of the ones that Disney bought up.
Oh shit! Sorry, lightning.
Is that
Is
thunder?
that thunder?
Yeah, that was a lightning bolt that just hit like
You're
across
there.
the street.
Someone fell down the stairs.
I was gonna say, as long as
Damn.
it's not a freight train
Okay,
coming.
quick. Before
All right, I'm
Bomber
going to
loses
stop
it.
talking
Bomber,
about Disney,
what do you
guys.
think
I'm
about
gonna stop talking
Disney-
about Disney at this
Disney's
point.
controlling the weather, y'all. Just let's calm it down.
Robert's like, send help.
Call of Duty
I-
reveal, Bomber. What do you think?
Yeah,
I'm just thinking, if we hear a freight train, Bomber's leaving.
okay. So, Modern Warfare.
It looked
Honestly,
like Modern
I'll
Warfare
say
1.
from the very beginning, I was not excited when they were doing Modern Warfare 2. I'm like, okay, you're
Exact same name.
y'all don't know what y'all are doing. Y'all just know Modern Warfare worked. We're gonna do it again because World War II did not work. So cool. Okay, whatever. Now you're gonna come off the nostalgia of the actual one of the GOATs of Call of Duty and probably be not as good. I don't know. Maybe it is. Hopefully it is. I still find it weird because I think wasn't it announced as a current gen? I don't want to say next gen because that shit bothers me, but current gen only, right? Which means PC, PS5.
Was it
and
this
Series
one or
X.
was it the next one?
No,
I
they
s-
did it with Modern Warfare at the beginning. They said
I
it was
swear
gonna
Modern
be on-
Warfare
Nice.
2 was considered a current gen only game. I could be wrong, but there is, if you go to buy it right now, it
It's
says
not.
cross gen.
Yeah. it's
I
not.
mean, are you really
So-
surprised? There's
I'm
not
not
that many
su- I'm
people
not-
with the new ones. So.
No, Grant, I get it. But if you announce it, if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. I don't care. I just
You're wrong,
remember seeing
And I
it
had no idea
being-
what you're even talking about.
I remember seeing it being a, current gen only game, of course PC as well, but Either that aside, it's just I don't know if I'm very excited for this game. Like I want to see the multiplayer because that's probably what I'll play more because it's kind of like the Last of Us remake or something like that. I'm not going to play that game again. I don't care how good it looks. It's the same
I'm
freaking
with
game.
you
It's
on
the
that
same story. I'm going to do the same thing. Get pissed off at the girl because she can't swim, even though she swam in the second one. Whatever. Like I'm not going to play that game. But
And you get to
good
try
for
that
people that
new
will.
mode, the Tarkov ripoff.
But to go for Modern Warfare 2, like I hope it's good for Call of Duty's sake. I guess I guess say sake. I mean, they're still
For the sake of Call of Duty.
I mean, I guess they're making hand over fist right now anyway, so it doesn't really freaking matter.
I mean, Vanguard was their worst release in a while, but it's still
and it
amazing.
still was the number one seller of last year. I know
It's like the
It's funny
third
because you see the
best-selling
people
game.
saying this is a horrible game, but they're playing it for hours
No,
upon hours.
no, 100%. Like I want to see the multiplayer because that's where I'll spend my time. 100%. That's where I'm going to spend the time. So if they can bring all the maps, not just 2 or 3, every single map. Bring every map from Modern Warfare 2. If you're naming it Modern Warfare 2, you bring every map updated to this game day one. Don't tell me, oh, we only have 3 maps, but you get the season pass. You pay $25.
That's what I was going to say. You got to buy that season pass first.
You don't do
So,
season passes anymore.
I know. I'm just saying. I hope they don't. I'm just hoping they stay with that whole thing. But
Funny
I'm
thing
saying,
is,
like,
this is the
wait
third
6
Modern Warfare
months.
2.
Wait 6 months, and you'll finally get those 3 wonderful maps we've been promising you. Like, I hate that shit. Like, come on, bring a game that's worth the $70, please. Especially when you were a multiplayer first game and you happen to have a campaign. Just
so is
there a
the new
snowman?
Modern Warfare considered a remake?
nope,
No.
it's a reimagining, I think, of Modern Warfare 2, supposedly. It's
Isn't
not a
it like
remake.
just?
I thought the
Isn't it
remake
just a
got that.
completely brand new?
It's
No,
a
it has
brand
the
new.
same characters from the.
It's the same
original.
characters. It's a reimagining of Modern Warfare 2. It's just not a remake.
So it's the third Modern
Don't
Warfare
call it
2.
a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I think it's a worse off Final Fantasy VII thing. So they're not considering a remake.
I watched
But
the
is it
trailer,
though?
but it
Like,
looked just like Modern Warfare
I got the
1.
idea that this is like a totally new campaign.
See, that's what I thought. I thought it was a reimagining of.
Because it's all the people,
it is probably a new
from
campaign, but it's the
Modern
same
Warfare, right?
characters.
But I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
true.
it's like, I don't know, like 4 years after Modern Warfare 3 or some shit like that. Like that's what it feels like to me. I don't feel like it's this spiritual remake of the old Modern Warfare 2. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just think they're just like, well, what do we name it? Well,
What was popular?
I'm out of ideas. What do you think we should name it? Well, the first
I mean-
one was called Modern Warfare, so let's call this one Modern Warfare 2. We already had a Modern Warfare 2. Well, I don't give a fuck. You're
We're
fine.
going to use the same graphic and everything, and everybody's going to go crazy about it. And that's what they did. And it was smart.
The annoying thing is there's
We'll
not
leave
more
quick scoping in, and all the kids will buy it. So there
Because,
you go.
Oh, fuck,
Infinite
it's
Warfare
gonna
was
sell
the
like
reason I bought
crazy.
my first Call of Duty. It was for the zombies. I like their take on
That's
it.
right. You see, you love zombies, yeah.
Look, I'll be honest. I even bought Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, and I don't even play Call of Duty.
Oh, I've never even played any of the Modern Warfares. Well, except for the newest
I
Modern
played
Warfare
2 and 3, and
one.
that was it.
I played all of them.
My
Because I
first
was a
Call
Call
of
of
Duty
War.
was Infinite Warfare.
I am a
played
Call
all
of
but
because
the
I saw
last
the
one.
zombies. The amusement park zombie map with Knight Rider dude, David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff. He's big in Germany, by the way.
Well, then that last name kind of throws it off.
Funny thing is, he comes in to help you during the map, and it plays the Knight Rider song.
Does it really? Okay.
Yep.
That's almost worthwhile.
If
playing
Kit
that.
doesn't talk to you, it's not worth it.
Oh,
There's
shit.
no kid.
Also true.
It's just Hasselhoff.
Ooh, no kid? Come on, man.
No
But if they
Kit.
play the Knight Rider theme song, you
DJ.
got to have Kit.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Mhm.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
But on that note, let's get everybody out of here because, like Bomber, I've got a storm brewing up outside too.
Yeah,
Same
that was-
here.
that was
At least
close.
it's not inside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly, Dread. It's not inside. So speaking of Dreadpool, tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
Oh my god! When I'm awake, they can find me on Twitter, saying hi to everybody and ignoring everybody else. But yeah, YouTube, Dreadpool, TikTok, Anchor.fm. I've got some interviews I'm trying to do with Breaking Bread this coming weekend, so check it out. And hopefully, I'll get some more cosplayers doing their thing. Yeah. So, Leo, where can we find you? Oh wait,
I-
I'm sorry. One more thing. I'm sorry. Before I take that back, Leo. Not yet. Later on tonight, I'm going to be on the Game Complainers podcast, so check that out. Okay, Leo, where can we find you?
United States 84 everywhere. Have a good night, everybody. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. It's like a 5-second outro.
That
was like 3.
seconds.
And we appreciate him for that.
I had
That's
to pause
right.
him
I
for
mean, you guys are all long-winded. It's like
Hey, we
Jesus
are
Christ.
long-winded. Screw you, Leo.
Blah blah blah. It's like they already know who the fuck you are.
All right, Nick, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on Twitter at Nicholas_Downey, and you can find all my written work at lordsofgaming.net. Busy week ahead, so fun times ahead.
Absolutely.
Wow, that was
It's a
pretty
Nick
good
thing.
too.
holy shit.
It's a Nick thing.
It's a Nick thing, I think.
Yeah, apparently it is.
Short and sweet. Get about.
All right, Centurion, tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
Well, everybody, hope you pack a sandwich because I got something to say. If you want to find me, you can find me at Centurion1307, YouTube, Xbox Live, Twitter. Also find me right here. Obviously, Wilmy Hood is an amazing individual for letting me be here. And also you can find me on the TXR podcast every Sunday night as well. And thanks for being here.
You don't have to suck up, dude. You're already a panel member.
I know, man. I just love it being here, man. You guys make me laugh.
Just
This
give
is
him the
fun.
finger. It's about
Put the knee pads away. You're done.
Right.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't say
Sorry.
any of that shit.
Where's the freaking clock? I swear to God.
And Savu, I hope I'm saying your name right. Thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Great show. Hit the like button. Well, thank you. We do try to be entertaining. We may not be informative, but at least we try to be funny.
Try.
Hey,
And
we
just
found out
just
Kalisto
don't forget.
Protocol has a season pass. We gave information.
That's true. That's true.
Don't forget my comment earlier. Pooh is now eating ass when he eats Eeyore. So take that away with you tonight.
Sleep on it, dream about it.
You probably find a-
What?
Exactly.
you probably
Wake up
find a
tomorrow,
video of it on Pornhub
Realize it was
somewhere.
a true thing and not a nightmare.
That's the new
Oh,
trend, man.
ew.
Pediac.
Fast.
Tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
You can find me here Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. You can also find me on Twitter, Peniac Giant. And if my man Spooky is watching now or watching later, since the Oilers are done, baby, let's go Rangers.
There you go.
And Bomber, over to you. Oh, it'll be a big show next week. 'Cause there's some things happening.
Good
The
little
next couple
things happening.
days.
Oh yeah, and see, we're not going to hex
Bummer.
ourselves by
Bummer.
sitting here and guessing,
Let's guess.
and because we're
Yeah,
not
okay.
insiders, so we don't
Next
want to make
Mario game's
guesses
gonna
on
be
what's
done
going to be
by
shown.
Kojima.
I guess that I will drink beer next week.
I will not.
So, Bomber, tell everybody where you can find you, dude.
Of course, you can find me on the old Twitter at HRBomber1414. And of course, here every Wednesday night. You find me on the Xbox, PlayStation at HRBomber. Other than that, if you can't find me, that's a you problem.
He will be
Really?
That's
sniping
a
you.
you problem.
Will you? Where can they find you, sir?
Well, you can find me here on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. with all these guys. Thanks, Nick, for coming on, dude. It's been a long time since we've had you on the show.
No problem, man.
So, the other Nick, the one with the beard, the big
I have
beard.
beard too.
Big beard.
Well, we don't see yours. And then you
Leo,
can
looking good tonight, buddy. That's all.
Damn
yeah,
right.
you can find me on Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. Just look for Wilmy Hood, unless you're one of the assholes I've already got blocked. So, and also I will be on a podcast with Indie Gamer. I think it's Saturday. We are going to do a live stream of one of the shows.
Oh, sweet.
So, and I'm not sure exactly what time that is in the UK, but for here in the US, I think it's like 10:30 Eastern in the morning.
AM, look out.
So that should be very entertaining on my end.
I'll be up.
What's going to be funny is
East
exactly what I
side,
put in
yo.
the chat.
Well, the bad part, I was on that podcast with those guys last night, and here it was 3:00 in the afternoon. I'm still working, and my phone would not stop ringing.
I was laughing my ass off, by the way.
Yeah, and Leo was in the chat, so he kept hearing my phone going off. So
I
When
kept
me and
poking the
Stubbs
bear.
do plastic platforms, there's a 7-hour difference between me and him, and he's in northern UK. So it's 1:00 in the afternoon for me, and it's 8:00 at night for him.
I know it's so
Yeah.
messed up.
Oh, it's
Well,
time difference.
yeah, that's pretty much it. But time zones suck, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Ain't that the truth?
Unless you want to fly all the way to the UK, just do a podcast. And, you know,
Let's
I ain't
go!
going to red coat. Oh,
Let's
I
go.
refuse to go to red coat country.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But it would not be a Gaming Beyond the Box show if I did not show this video before we leave.
What the fuck?
On average, every 7 days, someone finds gaming happiness with FNP.
I'm here to play games, and that's why I choose to game beyond the box.
Yep, I've not shown it yet, and I didn't see Lady in the chat, so if she's in the chat, now she's going to fuss at me.
Lady said, F you.
So, but on that note, everybody have a great night. All of us here in the South, we're getting some pretty bad thunderstorms. So, and I do not really want to blow up my $7,000 computer.
No,
So,
let's not do that.
everybody
Or
have a
my
great night.
$2 one.
Yeah, that's running Windows 94.
Hey, at least I'm on the podcast, right?
Well, actually, I think yours is kind of like something off the Flintstones. It's got like a little rabbit running around.
Oh, there is something running in it.
But and next week, like Peniac said, there'll be a lot of stuff to talk about. There's going to be a lot of game shows between tonight and next week. So next week will probably be a very long show. Unless we just get a bunch of shit showing. Yeah, unless we get a bunch of stuff showing like 3 years from now.
Well, that's
If I pass out during a long show, my
Fuck this
bad.
trailer. Fuck that trailer. Fuck your gameplay trailer.
Fuck that game.
Fuck
Yeah, I
that
can
game.
make it really fast.
2025.
Fuck this.
2025, go fuck yourself.
Exactly, right?
PS5 Pro, I'll be in.
Yeah, PS5 Pro
You
and
thought
the
the
Series
pandemic
X
was bad. Look at
2.0.
these games.
Look at these
Series
games.
X squared.
Yeah, X squared. Oh shit!
And on that note, everybody have a great week. Enjoy all the showcases. Hope you get the chance to watch them. And we'll see you back here next week to give you our shitty opinions on them all. So have a great night, play some games, and we'll see you next week.